I have to say the RCB fans have to be the most loyal and perhaps the most optimistic set of fans. They still fill the Chinnaswamy every single match despite the fact that the team has still not won a single IPL title.
Yeah, you're right. And, the stadium has been packed to the rafters, no doubt about that. They have been very loyal. They're still thinking that somehow they can qualify and to stay in contention. RCB, if they can, win both the remaining matches, you never know. They have to wait for the other results as well. And slowly and steadily, I think, they have gelled well as a unit. I just see the combination, Moin Ali coming in, Parthiv Patel, Grand Homies done a good job. So slowly you feel this combination is really working for RCB. Last match, they won by 10 wickets with a comprehensive win. So I think, they are in a bit of confidence mood now. And you never know, people like de Villiers, Virat Kohli, if they are chasing once again, you never know. They might be winning against a very good side like SRH as well.
Nikhil, the popular opinion is that the one big difference perhaps between these two teams, Bangalore and Hyderabad, is that Hyderabad is way better balanced a team than Bangalore. But would you agree with that? Because if you look at Hyderabad's batting, yes, Shikhar Dhawan has started firing now, but there's also a lot of dependence there on Kane Williamson.
Well, that is true. But if you look at the bowling attack, I think that's where SRH is far superior than Bangalore. I mean, if you were to look at this game, people keep talking about the Virat Kohlis, the AB de Villiers. Of course, they are going to be key. But I think the key for Bangalore in this particular match is going to be Umesh Yadav. Just take a look at the past 3 games that Bangalore have won, and they're on a roll in the IPL. I think this is the first winning streak that they've managed throughout this season. And all those 3 games, apart from their 2 stalwarts in AB and Virat doing well, the other factor has been their bowling doing well, and especially Umesh Yadav doing really well. So I think that is going to be very, very crucial in this match as well, because you expect either an AB de Villiers or a Virat Kohli to fire. But the Bangalore bowling hasn't been fired. Now, if Umesh comes to the party, then I think they'll be a very, very dangerous side. Then you also got to consider they're playing at home. You were talking about the fans coming out to support. That is going to make a big difference. But if you're talking about loyal fans, I have to say I think the Delhi fans are a bit more loyal than Bangalore, Akash, because Bangalore has at least managed to reach the finals. The Delhi team has never even reached the final, and yet you have full stadium for every game.
Right, Delhi, unfortunately, of course, out of the playoff race here. So I don't know whether the next match is going to see a packed stadium when Delhi play at the Kotla. Ajayji, do you effectively see Bangalore making the playoffs? They, of course, have 2 matches left, but do you see them making the Final Four?
Yeah, you never know, because, if they win this one and by a big margin, the net run rate has really improved after the last game. So you never know. And, of course, the next game they play is against Rajasthan Royals at Jaipur. I think they're working well, they're working well in tandem. And as Nikhil rightly mentioned, the bowling is looking much better. Umesh has really bowled some brilliant spells, especially with the new ball, Tim Saudi as well. And with Moin Ali coming in, chipping in a few overs in the middle overs, I think this bowling is looking much different for Bangalore. Also, one thing to remember, Akash, is the fielding has really lifted themselves. They have taken some good catches the last few games. So overall, I think they're improving as a side. And as far as Hyderabad is concerned, the good thing for them is, apart from the bowling, we've been mentioning time and again, the batsmen are just getting back in form. Apart from Manish Pandey, who hasn't got too many runs, he might be promoted up the order as well today just to get some runs under his belt. And this is his home ground as well. He plays for Karnataka, in the Ranji Trophy. So he knows the conditions pretty well. So he might be promoted up. I think the batsmen are coming into form. Deepak Hooda, remember the last game, Yusuf Pathan missed the game, but he really struck some good blows as well. So slowly the batting is gelling for Hyderabad as well.
Right, of course, so a crucial match then for Virat Kohli and his team tonight as they take on Hyderabad. We are also running, if you notice on our screens, the various permutations and combinations as far as the playoffs race is concerned. Remember, 2 spots already booked for Hyderabad and Chennai, which means 5 teams are now fighting for 2 remaining spots. Nikhil, is this perhaps the most competitive IPL season, the most open IPL season ever?
You'd have to say that, though, Akash, I can remember most IPL seasons, you don't know the top 4 teams going into the last matches. So this has happened before. But I think the first time that something has happened where you just mentioned those 5 teams, any one of them can make it to the playoff. And you were talking, which are the teams, of course, 2 are guaranteed. And I think that is going to play a very, very crucial role. The fact that 2 teams have been guaranteed the playoff in today's game. Because remember, Hyderabad have nothing to gain. They've already now been guaranteed not just of qualification, but the top 2 finish. So will they play their best side against RCB? That's going to be very, very important, because if they don't, then RCB, I think, have a great chance going into this particular game.
Absolutely. Since we're talking about the permutations and combinations, Ajayji, one team that I wanted to talk about was Punjab. If they don't qualify, especially after what happened last night against Mumbai, if they don't qualify, how shocking will that be? Because this team at one time was tagged as a playoff favourite.
Yeah, you're right. And they started off pretty well. I think the big problem for them, we have been mentioning this time and again, has been the batting department. Even you see someone like Chris Gayle, he started off in blazing fashion, getting runs. It's been a slide for him after that 1-week break. They are over-dependent on KL Rahul. He's done a wonderful job. You don't see teams teams very often. You know, one batsman getting 90 odd, one bowler picking up 4 wickets, that's Andrew Tye, and still you're losing games. You know, I think they're really dependent on KL Rahul, and that's been a big worry. They've changed, they shuffled their batting as well, but I think that's been the major problem, the middle order for the Punjab side.
Well, cricket is a funny game, and of course the permutations are quite mind-boggling, especially when you look at RCB's permutations and combinations, because they have 2 matches left. Just enough time, gentlemen, to ask both of you who you think will be the last 2 teams to make the playoffs. Nikhil, the last 2 teams, the teams 3 and 4?
Well, you know, I'd have to say KKR. I think they're pretty much through. All they need is, like, you know, RR to lose a game or so, and 14 also should be good enough for them to be through, looking at their run rate. So I think KKR pretty much, I'd say, about 80% guaranteed of making the playoffs. The 4th spot, I'm just going purely by the form and the way that they have performed. I think you would, at the moment, say both RCB and Mumbai Indians look like winning their last 2 games, which means they will be tied on the same point. Then comes run rate into play, and I think Mumbai Indians are ahead on that front. No matter, I mean, I think 30-run margin is what RCB needs to win both those games by. Now, that's asking for a little too much. So it is a possibility RCB, Mumbai Indian finish on the same point, but because of better run rate, Mumbai Indian make through. So I think the 2 teams that you're asking me, I think KKR, Mumbai Indians could be those 2 teams.
Right. Also, very quickly, Ajay, I think you'll also go with the same 2 teams.
Yeah, absolutely. He's absolutely right, because, you know, KKR are looking very good, and Mumbai Indians are playing the last game at the Firozshah Kotla against Delhi. You know, Delhi are now the best team, a lot of youngsters, and slowly I think Mumbai Indians, the bowling is looking very lethal, and Pollard as well, someone like him coming back into form. So I think Mumbai Indians, I also go with that.
All right, KKR and Mumbai, then the last 2 teams to make the playoffs for both our guests this evening. Nikhil, Ajay, thank you both gentlemen for joining us.